YouTube ads are terrible. Like, they suck PP terrible. And I'm not just saying that because I don't like ads. I'm saying that because advertisers on YouTube genuinely don't know what the fuck they're doing. I would genuinely not be surprised right now if I went onto YouTube and clicked on a video and was greeted by somebody's feature film as the ad to, before the video. Because some of the ads on YouTube right now seem to be longer than a freaking Lord of the Rings movie. Let me first explain what an ad is, because these people seem to have no idea. An advertisement is generally like a 30 to 60 second just video that promotes a certain product or service, and this promotion is supposed to entice someone, to look up that product more outside of the advertisement, or to even purchase the product if they think that it's enticing. You have to catch the listener's ear or the watcher's eye. That's the goal of an ad. I cannot stress enough how important brevity is when it comes to advertising. Audience attention spans are getting lower and lower and lower by the year. I feel like I can't even keep anybody interested for more than 3 minutes on any of my videos. With more and more media becoming available, if you can't really grab somebody within the first 5 seconds of your ad, then you're screwed. Especially with the ability to now be able to skip ads after 5 seconds. Anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up and making this video are mainly because YouTube ads are fucking garbage. They just are. And I'm not saying ads by YouTube, I'm just saying ads that are on YouTube videos. There are some good, reputable ads that you can find on YouTube that aren't a pain to have come onto the screen. Those ads actually promote some solid products, but then you get other, advertisers who might be promoting good products but have no idea how to actually create a good advertisement that is professional. A 5-minute advertisement is not an advertisement. Ads should not be longer than a minute long. Anything longer than a minute just acts to annoy your audience. And at that point, it's a video. It's its own piece of content. It's a freaking video. Ads should not be going up to, upwards of 3, 4, 5, or even 10 minutes long. You might be able to get away with a 1.5-minute long advertisement if your video is really well put together, or it's funny, or the product is just super good, but anything more than a minute is just boring and obnoxious. You never go on TV and see ads that run for 3 to 5 minutes long, so why is this okay on YouTube? And don't you dare bring up infomercials, okay? Because infomercials, they're not ads, okay? Infomercials are their own piece of content. They're almost, a program in themselves where you watch for, 20 or 30 minutes to get the sense of a product past a 30-second ad. They'll show people demoing the product, interviewing other people. It's almost like a documentary, at that point, not really an ad. Regardless of some of the piss poor quality that some of these advertisements have, these advertisers just don't seem to know what the heck they're doing. Now, don't get me wrong, I sometimes have chronic problems with making videos too long, but when I make an ad, I know that it has to be 30 seconds. Even I'm competent enough to do that. This is because I have basic production experience, and you think someone who can make an advertisement like the ones we see on YouTube would have some basic knowledge of production. And I don't know, I guess maybe these advertisers just don't have that, or the teams that they're hiring to produce these things just aren't experienced enough. But I'm an amateur, and even I know some of this stuff. It's completely common knowledge in the world of production and film. I mean, unless you're an amateur or you didn't study this, me being an amateur that studied this, I'd know these things. But anyways, you should know that ads are supposed to be short, concise, sleek, straight to the point, not drag on too long, and really grab the listener's attention. Ads on YouTube don't do any of these things except for some good ones, my favorites, the Dr. Squatch commercials are kind of interesting. But, other than that, and there are some good 15-second ones, but the ones that drone on for minutes long are just boring and just ugly to look at. And the Dr. Squatch ones are a good example because they go on for longer than a minute, and I don't find that obnoxious because they're actually engaging, they're funny, they're well produced, and they're entertaining. Now let's also take into account the fact that a lot of these people that are posting 5-minute ads know their ads and they just don't care. Do you guys remember that one time when there was just music videos being put up as advertisements before videos? That's not an ad. You're just putting your freaking music video up before the video of a song I don't care about and I don't know the artists. Like, you gotta tell me you remember that Wiz Khalifa song that just kept playing before every single video that made me want to eventually just tear my ears off my head because I was sick of being forced to listen to it. And then I feel like some ads are just put up as ads because people are unhappy with their view counts and are now making ads to try and boost their views, which is just honestly kind of a waste of everyone's time. Like, here, take a look at this screenshot that I have of, that popped up on a video I was watching, and look at the timestamp. What the fuck? 40 minutes? A 40-minute ad? That's not an ad. This is ridiculous. Thank the good Lord and Savior I was able to skip through this, because I would have lost my entire freaking mind if it was an unskippable ad. See, this is why people use ad blocker nowadays. Everyone's complaining that people are using ad blocker and no one on YouTube can get any money. This is why, because we're sick of like these BS advertisements. Like, if you put on like a 45-second ad for like Pepsi or something, yeah, I don't care, whatever, I skip it. It's like, and even if I don't want to get out of bed and come all the way to my desktop, it's still maybe it's an entertaining ad and it's not a pain to watch. But I mean, some of these ads, like the 40-minute one, are so freaking boring. Now, it is true that some of these ads, most of these ads, you can skip. But, a lot of times I watch YouTube from my bed at night. And if I have to skip ads, that means I have to get up out of my bed every 6 minutes to freaking skip them. And I'm lucky when I get the ones that are like 15 seconds or even 5 seconds. Oh my gosh, I love those. But if I get like a 15-minute advertisement, I can't sit through that. So I have to get up, hit the skip button, go lay back down, 6 minutes later, get up, do it again. It's just a pain in the ass. It's just a pain. And yeah, I refuse to get ad blocker because I want my favorite YouTubers to actually be getting money from my view. I don't want to block ads because it does hurt, monetization for my favorite YouTubers. Okay, so is this YouTube's fault? Not really. They're not making these ads and they're not putting them out there. It's on advertisers to learn what makes a good ad. You have to understand that people do not care about your advertisements. They don't want to hear about your products. They want to watch the video that they freaking clicked on. In fact, your advertisement popping up before that video is a grand annoyance to all of them. And to me, by the way. Have you ever heard of anyone that got super excited for a commercial break? No, exactly. That person does not exist. But while this isn't YouTube's fault, I don't know, maybe they put like limits on advertising. Like maybe you can't upload. I mean, this is kind of like hard to like police advertisers because they're already in a lot of, heat with like the family friendly and the advertisers, and the demonetization is freaking running rampant on YouTube. But I don't know, maybe you can't upload an ad longer than 5 minutes or longer than 10 minutes. That's even being generous. I think you should not be allowed to have an ad that's longer than 1.5 minutes. If the advertisement you're trying to post is longer than 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, it's not an advertisement. Music videos are not ads. Uncut content from your channel is not an ad. 40-minute presentations aren't ads. You should not have an ad longer than 2 minutes anyways. So why do people do this? Why are they allowed to do this? So there you have it. There's my rant. I had to get out my frustrations for the day, week, and, lifetime tonight. Yeah, let me know what you think about advertisements. If you think that they're as bad as I think they are. If you think that they're just garbage and they should be like, restricted or refined in some way, or there should be some guidelines, or maybe I'm off my rocker. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Peace out.